Everyone, welcome back to another edition of Sports to the Wire. If you're new to the channel, please like, comment, subscribe, share it. When you share this, the universe certainly shares with you. I am your host, Rashid, and on the man on the other side of the panel is Beric. Say what's up to the
What's going
fam.
on, guys? What's happening, guys?
All
It's
right,
always a
so
pleasure.
yeah, as I'm gonna get right to the point over here. LeBron James is out indefinitely with a high ankle sprain, and probably, if you actually look at it, a potential knee injury, probably the MCL. That's the actual inner left portion of the knee right there. It looked like that actually got hit in a sense though. But Barrick, man, take us off, man. What does this actually look like for the Lakers over here, man?
Well, right now it doesn't look very good for them right now because simply, your two main players are not available to you right now, and you're basically stuck with the players that you had to actually support the two main stars, which is LeBron James and Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis won't be. Right now he's working, little by little, but he's not going to be back anytime soon. They're talking about another 3 or 4 weeks for Anthony Davis, maybe a little sooner. And of course, LeBron's out indefinitely. So the question is, how bad does this make the Lakers look? Well, I'll tell you this much. They can fall into a 6 seed within the next 3 or 4 games if they lose them all. That's how bad that is. It can get worse if they have to go into the play-in tournament. They got to go to the play-in tournament. They got to go through that tournament, win that, and then most likely have to play the top seed, which will either be Utah or Phoenix. And then when that happens, you're being worn out. Because it's not like you're playing in a bubble this time. You're playing in your respective locations. And so now the road gets harder and harder. Meanwhile, the Western Conference is getting better and better. Denver obviously gotten better.
Oh,
Dallas
you know what?
better.
No. Hold on, Derek. Not to worry, man. They said that, according to the pundits, that this is an extremely deep team, and they should actually be able to maintain their position in the
It's a deep team as long as you have the two main stars, like I just mentioned. If those two stars aren't there, then you don't have a deep team. Now you have a team full of players that you brought in to support the two top players, which, I guess for the most part, these players have been practically durable, especially LeBron, in their career. So you didn't foresee this happening. But it did happen. It happened because 90% of the offense goes to these two players. And now these two players are not. I guess AD's situation was happening little by little, but LeBron's situation was obviously, a bit of a surprise. A high ankle sprain, man, I tell you something. I've never had the experience, but from what I've overheard, it's extremely painful and it requires time. It requires a lot of time. That's why they use the word indefinite. So with that being said, the Lakers are in a tight situation. They can very well lose the next 3 or 4 games, which puts them somewhere between the 6th and 8th seed in the Western Conference. If that continues to happen, let's say the season ended next 2 weeks, they would have to go into a play-in tournament.
And it's possible that they can actually not even make the play-in tournament. It depends on the health of Anthony Davis, and we got to look at him as a player. He's never been truly reliable in terms of actually carrying a team. And he got the team in New Orleans to the first round and got swept. So coming off from a calf strain / Achilles strain, they're going to be extremely cautious with him. You don't want to actually put any type of like stress, any extra minutes on him, any extra burden on him that he can actually really truly handle. And all right, so Solomon Hill, was this a dirty play? I mean, I'm gonna pull this up on screen here, and we'll take a look at this.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see. And we only could do like a couple. Let's see. Hold on. Oh, here we go. Oops.
And Utah is winning already. They're just gonna continue to extend their lead.
Oh, they're playing the Lakers right now, right?
No, they're not.
What are they
No,
playing?
they're not. They are playing the Chicago Bulls in Chicago, and they got them beat by 18 points right now. So, like I said again, it just backs up my claim. I think Utah or Phoenix will be the top 1 and 2 seeds in the West when this is all said and done. It's official now. And of course, I'm not going to say anything right now because we can't talk about the NBA Finals because it might not be Lakers in the NBA Finals if this thing stay the way it is.
Absolutely, man.
So, NBA was hoping.
Let's take a look at the play. We only can do maybe 20, 25 seconds.
During the playoffs, one of the key components to the Lakers winning.
Solomon here.
Down he goes, and
see, it looks like he gets hit in the knee.
LeBron with his right ankle, and he's hurt.
Yeah, it just looked like his shoulder kind of leaned into LeBron's leg, and then he stood still while LeBron leaped over him in pain. So naturally, you start to question whether or not it's a dirty play or not. The NBA reviewed it so far; they don't deem it as a dirty play. They deem it as an actual hustle. Now, LeBron's leg obviously was basically at a standstill while Mr. Solomon was going down to the floor, allegedly trying to get the basketball. When I looked at the Solomon's position on the floor, his shoulder was in LeBron's ankle, or at least underneath his knee, and it didn't seem like he was stretching out for the ball.
He did actually try to go for the ball. It's just LeBron actually gathered it already, and he his momentum was actually already moving forward towards the actual ball. But it's just a tragic, unfortunate circumstance in a sense, Barrick.
Yes, it's just, I wouldn't say tragic, but yeah, the NBA.
Listen, I played basketball for a long time, and you played basketball for a long time, Barrick. And we played hard, and I mean, I didn't play for money. I didn't play no professional sports, but what I did play was when you had I played in some tournaments, but going out there on the playground, you had 9 people that had necks. So you better play hard, man. You're gonna be really waiting like an hour for the next game, in a sense, though. But there's certain things that we actually are cognizant as basketball players, and not to go for a player's legs, and not to knock somebody out of the air. I mean, if somebody's going up for a layup, let it go. Don't try to contest it and knock the guy out of the air or anything like that. But we've seen what happened with LaMelo Ball, in a sense, though. He took an awkward fall. Now he's done for the season now.
Yeah, he's done for the season. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's certain rules as basketball players, and that we have to keep that in mind, in a sense, though. And I knew better than to go for somebody's legs. If the body's already there already, just gotta let it go, because we definitely don't want to be out there hurting anybody or seriously hurting someone. Like LeBron, in a sense, though, because this could be that could have easily been an ACL injury, easily.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. The bottom line is that he was in a position, like I said, he was it looked like he was hustling for the ball, then he stopped hustling for the ball. Obviously, like you said, LeBron kind of just leaped over and grabbed it. But based on Solomon Hill's position on the floor, it would make someone wonder, and ask yourself, was it dirty or not? I just don't think it was dirty. I do think it was a good hustle play.
All right, here's Skip and Shannon. Here's Shannon's response to this. We're gonna share this on the screen here.
That's not a dirty play. So he's going for the ball. But my point is, in that situation, 1 minute into the second quarter, you're diving on the floor. How many times have we seen Solomon Hill dive on the floor for a ball? Well, I don't know. How many times do you watch Solomon Hill? I watch him. So he's not in the game a whole lot. He's just running around shooting free. But Skip, don't try to do that. Don't try to say, well, you can. It's a dirty play. No, it was a play. I thought it was a basketball play. Now he went about it half-hearted. He just didn't dive on the floor, Skip. You could tell he's going like, I really shouldn't be doing this, and then that's what happens. But my thing is that I don't believe it was dirty, because I don't believe his intent going into the situation like, I'm going into the game, I'm going to hurt LeBron. Intent only matters to the person that's committing the act. The person that receives the act is just as injured. It's the difference between murder and manslaughter. Intent matters to the defendant. I mean, the victim.
Oh man, we're listening to Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp.
So, what you actually think? I mean, I think Shannon actually makes a really good point in a sense, though, because even though, you don't intend to actually hurt LeBron in a sense, he's right there. And like I said, this is something I played basketball for maybe 20 years, man. And people that know me personally knows I was always out on the courts, man. Any chance I got, I was out there. And this is one of the things I was truly cognizant about, and not trying to go for anyone's lower extremities.
Yeah, well, again, like I said, I don't think it was a dirty play either. I was just explaining his position that would make, Solomon Hill's position on the floor that would make one think that it might have been dirty. But I don't think it was a dirty play. Once both players are running for the loose ball, that is a legal play in the game of basketball, whether it's high school, whether it's a pickup game, whether it's a tournament, NBA,
all right. I mean,
whatever.
But to Shannon's point, in a sense, though, it's like he's using the metaphoric analogy, manslaughter. Now, you didn't intend to actually. All right, so you get into a fight, you get into a brawl, you hit the guy, he falls on the concrete, hit his head, and dies. It happens so much, a lot. And do you actually? And it is a manslaughter in a sense. A DA will actually charge a person for that. So do you actually think it's the same thing, Barrick?
No, I don't. I don't think it's the same thing because, again, we have to
he's
prove.
not responsible. Like, he didn't intend to actually do this.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
LeBron was actually there in a sense.
Did he know LeBron was there? Yeah, he knew LeBron was there because he was guarding him. He was guarding him when the ball was out of play, and they were both running for the loose ball. So yeah, he knew LeBron was within the same area, but did he know LeBron was going to leap over him? And then while he's leaping, while Solomon Hill's leaning towards the basketball, there is LeBron's leg. That type of play actually always happens in football. Always happens in football.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up. You stole my thunder there. That I was going to actually bring that up. I think there's rules in football pertaining to that, right? In a sense, though.
Well, yeah, if you're going after someone's knee, because you can take someone out completely, and that can ruin them. So yeah, if you're proven to go deliberately for the knee, yes, you'll be penalized, ejected, and then you'll be suspended without pay. That's how that's going on in the NFL.
It's the same thing if a player's going up for a jump shot. You got to give these guys room to land. That's another thing I was cognizant about playing ball. If somebody's shooting, I'm gonna give him. It's something that's already unconscious competence in a sense, though. So you got to train yourself over and over and over. Give the guy a place to land.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're not out there. We're out there to actually win a game and not seriously hurt anyone, right?
That's right. That's right. And I'm gonna tell you something. The Lakers, they're going through it now too because Marc Gasol is out as well. So they're really going through it right now. This team was built basically with two major players and a great supporting staff, but that supporting staff, again, was supposed to be there for the two-star players. When you take those two-star players out the equation, the Lakers just are a team where they're going to ask themselves, listen, we're going to have to dig deep and we're going to have to work 3 times harder as individuals on this team in order for us to have some level of success. Well, good luck with that. Because, the team wasn't built that way.
That brings me to my final point, and we'll wrap this up. Do the Lakers right now categorically has to make a trade?
They do. Absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. You have to make a trade at this point. All right? Because, if you're Jeannie Buss, okay, you've learned a lot from your father. You have to realize this is not – the Lakers have rarely been in a situation – last time the Lakers were in this major kind of position was when they played the Detroit Pistons years ago. I think it was the 88 or 89 finals, if I'm not mistaken, and they were playing the Detroit Pistons. Pistons beat them in 5 games.
Yeah.
They were injured that year. They were severely injured that year. They didn't have AC Green. They didn't have anything. They didn't have my guy from North Carolina, Worthy. They didn't have Worthy. They were basically, depleted in the sense. But they made it to the finals. They had magic. They made it to the finals, but they just couldn't beat the Pistons. Anyway, my point to that is the Lakers are probably in the same position now as the Lakers were then.
The only difference. I gotta say this before I go, man. LeBron, why does nobody want to play with you, man? What's going on, man?
Blake Griffin. That's got nothing to do with injury, but no, that's not fair. That's unfair, bro.
You finish.
That's unfair.
Why nobody wants to play with you? What's going on?
That got nothing to do with his injury, though. That's got nothing to do with his injury.
No. And my point is that you look at Brooklyn and how this team is actually loaded. I mean, look at Shaman. I mean, look at all these guys. Blake Griffin gets a buyout. He goes to Brooklyn. He doesn't go to the Lakers.
Okay, then let me ask you a question. Hold on. Hold on a second. Let me ask you a question now. Because KD hasn't been there, so it's not far fetched. Let's say something, God forbid, freaky happens to Harden, and something freaky happens to Kyrie. How is that team built? Can that team run it? You see what I'm saying?
They can make at least a second round, I think. At least.
No. They'll make it the playoffs. That team will make the playoffs.
But first round?
I don't know about that, bro. I don't know about that. You don't have a Dinwiddie. You don't have nobody. Come on. Be realistic on that, bro. I know it's your team. Be realistic.
No, man. But Kevin Durant is their best player, and
okay, we know that.
We're out of 16 games.
Okay, but I'm making a point. If you take these guys off the Brooklyn Nets, they're three players, which Brooklyn basically put a lot of surrounding around them, right? They put a major amount of stock in them.
I'm looking at management. The general manager over here is like, what were you thinking when you assembled this team? Because I think 3 weeks ago, we did, are the Lakers in serious trouble? And this is when the Lakers are actually winning. So I'm going to put a card up there on that right-hand side. I want you guys to go check out that video. And because like I said, this roster is not good. And now people's telling me, oh, this is a great roster. And now, Barrick, you're saying, and I definitely do agree with you, that we don't know if they're going to even make it to the play-in tournament at this point.
I think there's a good chance they'll be in that play-in tournament because they had too much of a position in the Western Conference standings to not be there. I just don't think they can maintain their current position, which means they will fall into that position of having to do in the play-in tournament. And if they are able to survive that, they're going to be a low seed, and you got to play a very high-octane Utah team and a very high-octane Phoenix team led by CP3. Good luck.
Yeah, and definitely the way to and listen, the Lakers are that great. I don't worry about the 2-2-1-1 format in a sense, though, because it's designed to actually give the person because it's hard. All right, you got two high-powered teams. It's hard to beat the same team twice. So that game 7, that if it goes down to a game 7, it favors you. Back on your home court. But if you can actually steal the home court, which if the Lakers can't possibly do against any one of these teams, it's just like they're going to have to work a little harder.
Let me add this real quick before we go, and I think this is very important. Earlier today, I looked into this, the recovery concept of high ankle sprains.
Yeah.
And basically, read my lips on this one. Hear when I say this now. It roughly can take anywhere between 6 weeks to 3 months to mend. I'll say it again. It can typically take up to 6 weeks to 3 months to mend. We'll see how this plays out.
I think his knee got hit too. If you look at it again, his knee actually did get hit.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, for Laker fans and obviously as a basketball fan, watching guys like this play at a high level, this would be detrimental to a good degree to the NBA if the Lakers are not even involved in this. If LeBron and AD are not there, I won't say anything. Brooklyn wins the title. I won't take it away from Brooklyn. They earned it. But there's going to always be that question, what if they had played the Lakers? What if? And I hate to hear that, but I can hear those whispers coming if this Lakers team doesn't mend up. You know what I'm saying? So we shall see. But good luck to you, LeBron. Good luck to you, AD. Just work on your positions, work on your physical situation, your ankle, your Achilles. Both of you guys work hard. Get back. NBA needs you back. Lakers definitely need you back.
We'll definitely wrap this up. If you like the video, please like, comment, subscribe, share this video. When you share, the universe certainly shares back with you, and that's certainly a promise.
Peace, guys.
All right.